In today's Sharp Saturday video, we're going to do something a little bit different because I thought it'd be fun. So we're going to take a look at 4 of my favorite knives to throw that aren't really throwing knives, but I'm just throwing knives for fun. So in no particular order, here's the 4 we're going to be looking at. The Glock field knife, the Condor primitive bush knife, Matt Graham design. The one of my latest favorites, the Cold Steel SRK, and just because I like it, the Tops Tom Brown Tracker. So like I said, this is all just about good, clean fun. We've already reviewed all these knives. I'm not going to do all that. We're just going to have a little fun today. So stick around, join me for that coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose, your home for trustworthy information and gear reviews related to camping, survival, and general preparedness for regular folks. My name is Brian. Thanks for joining me and the mosquitoes here late one afternoon. As I said, I just thought I'd do something a little different for Sharp Saturday and just have some fun. A lot of people like my balance testing, and that's kind of the scientific process. One of the scientific processes I use to test all fixed blade knives, but we're not going to balance test today. We're just going to good old-fashioned throw some knives just for fun. And you've probably seen on the channel several different types of purpose-built throwing knives. But one of the things that almost all of those have in common is that they're not much good for anything else. They're basically just pieces of steel with points on the end of them that are designed to throw, that you can beat all to pieces and there's no handles to break or anything like that. So what I thought I would do today is take a look at some regular knives that actually you could buy this and actually use them as knives, and they're functional, but they're also fun to throw, at least for me. So that's what we're going to do. But first, I think it'd be a great time for a quick Sportsman's Guide military surplus minute, or we could call it a mosquito minute. But anyway, you know that a Sportsman's Guide is a channel sponsor, and I'm also a customer for Sportsman's Guide and have been for several years. I'm a member there, and one thing I really like about them is they have the world's largest military surplus store site in the whole world. They've got all kinds of cool stuff on there, everything from clothing to camping gear to survival gear to military memorabilia, from all over the world. Some of it's new military surplus, some of it's used military surplus. And sometimes what I like to do is just get on there and surf around through the site and see what kind of cool stuff I can come up with. And stay tuned for the next few weeks. I've got some cool stuff on order that I think you're going to like. I also want to remind you that Sportsman's Guide has free shipping on any order over $50, and if you use the coupon code SURVIVAL20, you can save $20 on any order over $100. So really cool site. I encourage you to check them out. Sportsman's Guide. Anyway, thanks to Sportsman's Guide for sponsoring this video. Now let's throw some knives. So we're going to start with what I like. One of my favorite knives just to throw. It's actually a pretty functional knife once you put an edge on it, because it doesn't really come that great from the factory, but this thing's about 30, 35 bucks, maybe 40 bucks depending on where you get it. It's just a Glock field knife, and they have them with a little root saw on back too, but I like throwing this one. So let's just see. Oh, there's one. How about that? All right, we'll try one more. You've seen the old bounce, orientation, rotation devices getting pretty beat up looking. That was the best stick so far. Okay, let's try the primitive bush knife. Okay, this is pretty fun. One more time. 3 out of 3. This knife, by the way, I forgot to tell you, it's from Condor, and it is designed by Matt Graham, who is a pretty cool dude. I've met a few times, a really nice guy. And it's around the $89 mark. And then we'll go with the Cold Steel SRK. This one's around the $40 mark, about, depending on where you get it again. And this is one of my most recent new favorites. Look, I got it dirty. And I had to break my streak. All right, one more time. My streak's not looking so good. Okay, cold steel, redeem thyself. One day I want to learn that no spin thing, but today we're sticking with a 360 spin. Actually, it seems like we're doing about 385 right now. Ooh, and looky there. We broke the tip off of the cold steel. And it's still embedded in the balance, orientation, and rotation device. So, you know, that bothers me. So I gotta be really careful. I don't wanna hit it with this one, but we gotta give this one a shot now, right? Oh, by the way, this is the Tom Brown Tracker, about a $200 knife. It's not doing too well for me. Okay, that's a little better. And quite honestly, I'm a little skittish because I'm trying to make sure I don't hit that other piece of embedded steel. Now I know I'm going to have to renew the balance, orientation, and rotation device. Okay, one more time. Center. Well, I need to give it three sticks, right? Okay, I was robbed because that hit perfectly in the gigantic canyon in the middle of the balance, orientation, and rotation device. So we'll try again. Same place, but it's horizontal. We're gonna call that one stick since it went straight in. So anyway. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Chuck Norris. That was the throwing knives that aren't throwing knives for fun. How about that? Throwing knives that aren't throwing knives when you want to throw knives. And I gotta say, I'm really disappointed that my cold steel SRK tip broke completely off. And look, I know it's not a throwing knife, so it's probably not going to be warranty, but I'm gonna see if I can send this sucker back for warranty, and I'll let you know how that goes. But because cold steel takes a lot of abuse usually, but everything else did fine. As usual, the good old Glock field knife is still probably, of all my regular non-throwing knives I've got that are fun to throw, I think this one is probably my favorite. It's very, very lightweight. It's balanced about right here, and it's slim, feels good, and it throws good. So anyway, if you're looking for a non-throwing knife for throwing, you might want to check this one out. Cold steel, throws really good too, but I'm disappointed in that steel. I don't think there'd be a problem with the Glock knife because this is spring steel and it's Austrian steel. I think this one is made in Taiwan. The Matt Graham design primitive bush knife is made in El Salvador. It's also pretty good steel. I think it's 1095, might be 1075. You can check this video on that one. And then finally, the Tom Brown Tracker. Yeah, it's made in the USA. So, and I like this one too. So anyway, hopefully this has been just fun and interesting. Probably not very helpful, except maybe you might have learned something. I know I did. I want to be careful throwing the old SRK. It's a great field knife though. So anyway, as I said, I hope this has been interesting and been slightly entertaining. And I really appreciate you watching Survival on Purpose. If you want to help support the channel financially, I invite you to go over to patreon.com/survivalonpurpose, and you'll see there's some cool stuff there. And if you want to find out about the cool stuff that I can't tell you about on video because it's got to be a secret, you can go to survivalonpurpose.com/subscribe, sign up for my weekly email newsletter, and you'll learn some secret stuff that I can tell you there that might make it worth your while to check out Patreon. So anyway, that's all I can say about that. So I really appreciate your support. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival is not an accident, so be prepared and have fun. I'll see you next time.